As the time of recording is, Heartstopper Forever came out yesterday. So, Heartstopper is officially over. I'm not sad at all. I have so many Heartstopper videos planned for the next coming weeks. But obviously I'm going to start with my review of the movie. So, let's get into it. This is my review of Heartstopper, the movie. Or Heartstopper Forever, as it's actually called. Okay, so to start with, it was obviously a very emotional ending to the series. Like, obviously, there was no denying that. But it wasn't as impactful as the show, in my opinion. Yeah, the show has so many more impactful moments than the movie does. Like, it's not really Alice's fault; it's Netflix's fault. But yeah, I do think that if it was a final season rather than a movie, it would have definitely been a lot more fleshed out and a lot better. 100%. It's still very good, though. Don't get me wrong. And Nick and Charlie are obviously still my favorite couple in all fiction. That will never change. It was nice seeing Nick struggle with his identity in this movie, though, and feeling like he doesn't deserve Charlie, or that Charlie would be better off without him. He even feels like he and Charlie should break up, which it isn't how it happens in the books, but I'm not going to talk about that because I have a whole video planned for that exact topic. But yeah, I think it was really good to see how depressed they got. I know that sounds sick, but I think we need to show depression a lot more in media, to be honest. There was also a scene where Nick got very drunk at a pub while Charlie's band was playing there. And Nick kind of started causing a little bit of drama. That I obviously expected that because it was in the book, but like it was quite weird to watch, you know? Like, I'm glad it was there, I'm glad it was included, but it was very weird to watch that happen, yeah. So, I like it still, obviously, but it got a bit uncomfortable, I will say. But sometimes there's nothing wrong with being uncomfortable watching something. There were, unfortunately, a lot of moments that were cut from the book, though. Like, that was to be. I knew that was going to happen, though, because if it's not a full season and it's a movie instead, you have a lot more, like, limited time to show everything. So, obviously, Alice had to cut a bunch of stuff out, so like, unfortunately, that was, yeah. It still worked, I think, but there are some moments I feel like shouldn't have been cut out, like the moment when Nick's talking about his dad with Charlie. But yeah, I don't know. I think that one should have been included because Nick does talk about his dad in the movie, and we even do see the flashback of his dad, like we do in the books. But yeah, in my opinion, you should have kept the scene when he's talking to Charlie about him. And yeah, the Paris squad was sidelined very hard, though. That was so disappointing. I kind of like. I figured they wouldn't have as much screen time because, like, Alice wants to focus on Nick and Charlie's relationship, but, like, they literally basically got nothing. Like, there's a little bit of development with Tao and Elle and their relationship where, like, they kind of decide to break up because, like, Elle's moving to Berlin to study art and Tao's, like, staying in England, but it's like, what about Tara and Darcy? Like, do we not get to see more of them? Like, or Isaac, and then Sahar and Imogen, I just genuinely don't understand why they're even in this movie, to be fair. Um, Imogen realized she was a lesbian, which was nice, but yeah, there was just no point for them being there. Although, to be fair, it's kind of the same with Sahar in the books as well. She's kind of only there just to even out the group. But yeah, the Paris squad were sidelined extremely hard, and that was very disappointing. I'm sorry, Alice, I have to say. And I will not forgive this, by the way. There was a total missed opportunity to make a Marvel joke here. Because, if you didn't know, Joe Locke is in the MCU. He plays Billy Maximoff, the son of the Scarlet Witch. Such a missed opportunity because Charlie has been very vocal about how he does not like Marvel movies, to Nick's disappointment. But you could have had a joke where, like, they're in their room. Nick says, "Do you want to watch a movie or a TV show or whatever?" And then Charlie's like, "As long as it's not Marvel." And then Nick's like, "But you need to watch Agatha All Along. It's so good." Like something like that, you know. I don't know. Like maybe you'll disagree, but I think that was such a missed opportunity to have such a funny joke there because obviously Joe Locke is in Agatha All Along, so it could have like tied that in really well. There were also a lot of clips from like the earlier episodes. Well, the intro of the movie is actually photos of like scenes and moments from their first season and like second season and that. But it got to the point where it just felt more like nostalgia bait, which is really weird because season one was only 4 years ago. Are we really nostalgic for 4 years ago? I don't know. So yeah, I feel like obviously show some moments from the early seasons because it makes sense. This is the end of Heartstopper after all, but maybe cool it down a little and save that time to more develop the characters maybe. And this is the most disappointing part for me. Olivia Colman wasn't able to return, so they had to replace her with what's her name? Anna something Maxwell? I'll put her name here. She did well as Nick's mum. don't get me wrong, but it just isn't the same about Olivia Colman. Obviously, she wasn't able to appear in season 3 either, and they just, like, entirely writ her out of that. But you can't really not have Nick's mom in the movie, so the only option was to recast her, unfortunately. And even though there are some nice moments, I just kept thinking, if this was Olivia Colman, I actually would be crying right now. Like, I don't know if you'll agree with me on that, but it just didn't feel the same about her, and it was actually a big loss. It actually really was. The movie would have been 10 times better with her in it. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. But yeah, she did well at it, the new actress. Okay, I do want to quickly mention how there were a couple changes from the books, but I have a whole video planned talking about all that, so I'm not going to talk about, like, them here, but I just thought it was worth mentioning that at least, because of course, like, the show does a lot of things different, but the movie does a lot of things different as well. I was very curious the whole time, even before we knew it was a movie, back when we thought it was a season 4, I always wondered how Alice was going to fit the novella into it, because the novella isn't even canon to the graphic novels anymore, so I was really wondering how Alice was going to fit it all in, but I think she did quite well fitting it in. It made more sense in the movie than it did in the books, obviously. I mean, it doesn't matter, because again, the novella's not canon, so you can say anything about it. But yeah, I think it made a lot more sense the way it happened in the movie, but I'm going to talk about that more in my differences between the books and the movie video, so just wait for that. There was also a lot more sex in the movie than there was in season 3, like, oh my god. It wasn't too bad, though, because it didn't actually, like, show things. Like, you obviously see, like, Nick and Charlie's hands reaching down, obviously, and then there's also a bit when Nick gives Charlie a blowjob, and obviously you see, like, Charlie, like, heavily breathing, obviously, but it's not, like, too raunchy in my opinion. I think they're tasteful, you know? I think a sex scene's fine as long as it's tasteful, but if it's something like in Sex Ed, then no, that's too far. I'm going to be talking about this a lot more in the future, but this is what got me, by the way. Elle talking about all of the things that trans people are currently going through in the world, that hit me so hard. Oh my god. Like, I know I'm not trans and I'll never truly experience, like, the kind of thing that trans people go through, but that doesn't mean I can't be supportive of them, you know? Like, I was heavy to watch, it was really hard to watch, but it was really important to show. I'm really glad that they showed this and they were allowed to show it. Because the scene had kind of leaked online ages ago. Not leaked, but people, like, were filming it. Like, you know what I mean? So, I was worried that I'd get cut out, but I'm so glad it didn't. Because they could have easily cut out and just, like, not talked about it. But nope, they left it in, and I'm very glad they did. But I will talk about that more in the future. I'm going to sound a bit like a hypocrite because of one of my previous points, but when Nick and Charlie make up and they're at their beach, you know the beach from season 1, you know the beach, I think it was a missed opportunity to reuse one of the songs, The Moment in the Sun, because, I don't know, I feel like that would have fit really well with the scene. It would have been a nice callback, because, like, they're literally at the same beach, they're going back in the photo booth, they're looking at the Ferris wheel they were on, not the Ferris wheel, the merry-go-round. And I just think, even though I said earlier that, all of the references to season 1 were getting a bit much, I think this would have been appropriate, like, this would have been an exception, if they had reused Moment in the Sun here. The song they used was good, it was fine, but that would have hit so hard and I probably would have cried at that, I'm not gonna lie. And I also just need to mention that this movie, like, shows what amazing actors Kit Connor and Joe Locke really are. Like, Kit Connor has actually been open how he thinks he's not good enough as an actor, and I'm not gonna lie, that makes it even better. Like, he has that performance and he thinks that he's not good enough. Really? It makes me even better about myself, because I don't think I'm good enough for anything. But yeah, it's nice to, like, know that. And Joe Locke's performance was phenomenal as well. Like, he really, like, the emotion felt real. It felt like he was genuinely having a breakdown and trying not to SH himself. Yeah. So yeah, I really did love the acting in this movie. Also, the credits were made out of panels from the graphic novels. I did not expect that. That really hit me hard as well. Because, like, that's just celebrating all of Heartstopper, like, from the beginning. And then the final, like, shot, like, the final shot is, like, Nick and Charlie's first kiss, but from the graphic novels. And that is a perfect way to end it. Like, it really was. Like, honestly, the credits might be the best part, I'm not gonna lie. Not because it was finished, but just because of the way they did it. Like, I know that sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Also, this is kind of like a sad one, but there should have been a tribute to Echo. Echo is the dog that played Nellie, and he died, like, a couple months ago, before the movie came out. So they had time to add a tribute at the end for him. Like, that was, like, a missed opportunity there. Like, I actually learned he died from Alice, because Alice made a post about it. And I don't understand why Alice didn't think to put a tribute in either, you know? Like, there was still time. You could have easily added that in at the end. Like, for Echo, like, the date of birth and the date of death, you know what I mean? I don't know. That was a really big missed opportunity, in my opinion. And I actually kind of thought there was going to be one, but I was really shocked that there wasn't. So, obviously, Echo will be missed, and he was perfect to play Nellie. But, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. So, overall, I give the movie a 7 out of 10. It was really good, but it would have been better as a season 4, 100%. I think we all agree to that. I don't know if Alice or the actors agree to that, though, because they seemed kind of happy with the way it ended, but, yeah. It was definitely a beautiful way to end the series, though. Like, really, it was an amazing way. I'm glad the series actually did get to finish, because they could have easily just cancelled it, and then we'll never see them again after season 3, but, yeah. And like I said, I have a few more Heartstopper videos in the works. It's gonna be, I don't want to say Heartstopper month, because there's actually quite a few coming out, so it might be a Heartstopper 2 months. Yeah, I'm putting my show on hold for this, that I've been working on for over a year. But yeah, let me know what you think of Heartstopper Forever in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? To be honest, I wouldn't blame you if you don't like it, although I have seen some very, takes, we'll call them, on Reddit that I just do not agree with. But, again, let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!